Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, big clubs in Europe are interested in the signature of the 22-year-old Manchester United outcast Mason Greenwood. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe is yet to make a final decision, as he's the man who calls the shots now when it comes to anything concerning football issues at the club. But what do you think is supposed to be done with this boy? Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Let's talk Greenwood. Now, there is a lot of talk around Mason Greenwood now. In fact, there are suggestions that apparently Manchester United has made it official that Greenwood will never return to play football for the club. Well, personally, I think this is propaganda by people who pretend to be moralists who do not want Greenwood back. I don't think this has been said by anyone. If anything, Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe are yet to make a proper decision on the future of this boy. They know how important he is. No wonder they have also heard and seen for themselves that he's wanted by everyone around Europe. Listen, Barcelona are interested in him. They're inquiring about him. AC Milan are inquiring about him. Real Madrid are inquiring about Greenwood. So is AS Roma and several other clubs in Europe. Getafe, the club that was the first to say, come home, come here, baby, come here, little boy, come home. Let us try to give you a new lease of life, are also interested in signing him permanently. And apparently, they have already approached Manchester United with £40 million. Now, guys, the situation of Greenwood is obviously a sensitive one, and I can understand because of what the videos that we saw and certain people not wanting him to return. But I think there are people who have just collectively, and some of these are journalists, some of these are content creators around United, who are just creating a propaganda that is not there, saying that Man United cannot bring back Greenwood. Okay, given if that's not going to happen, they're also saying that even when Barcelona is linked with him, apparently they are writing stories from Spain, threatening that but there are fans who are saying they will stop supporting Barcelona, for example, if he joined them. And I don't think this for me is true. I think this is a deliberate effort by certain selfish people to fail and crush the career of this young boy. I don't know why. I don't know why why people are evil. But anyway, I'm not here to judge people, and I'm not God. I'm not the one to judge. I'm not judge myself. I've got my weaknesses, a lot of them myself. I've got myself to focus on. But for now, this video is dedicated to Greenwood. Greenwood has scored 5 goals in 15 games for Getafe. He has obviously taken over Spanish football by storm. He's just doing things, easily. And there is no doubt about his talent. United right now is looking improved. Is looking like they're rebuilding. We are looking like we need a little, a few small fine touches to look like a fine team again. And Greenwood could be one of those. Now, at a time when we do have a new man in charge of football, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and knowing that he's British, and for me, this is why I'm beginning, and I don't want to lose faith. I will chant Greenwood back until it is impossible, practically impossible, because he's still contracted to Manchester United until 2025. I've heard people saying he's not a Man United player, but Antony is and Marcus Rashford is. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? We are still paying his wages at Getafe. He's contracted to United until 2025. So I don't understand when someone says he's not a United player. He's on loan. If you're on loan, that's why he can't face us. If Getafe played United now, he wouldn't play us because he's on loan. But for me, I've failed to understand the consistent, seemingly deliberate effort for people to see this boy, I think, either send him into depression or, I don't know, commit suicide or go into another profession and forget about football. I think people will be happy seeing Mason Greenwood serving food at Starbucks or at McDonald's. This boy with the talent he's got. There are people who have deliberately now taken it upon themselves to go everywhere they can and try to tarnish the name of this boy who was forgiven, perhaps made a mistake, for which he was later acquitted. But there are people, let's assume he made a mistake. Who of us has not made mistakes? Why are people so invested in crushing this boy? Why are people so invested? There are people who do not even want to see Greenwood play at Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or AC Milan or even Getafe probably. And I'm thinking, and these are just a small number of people. And I'm thinking, if you're Sir Jim Ratcliffe and you're genuinely interested in reviving this club, the football, and you're in charge of football matters at this club, what do? Do you sacrifice such a talent at the expense of a certain bunch of moralists and pretenders? And I know there are people, there should be people, there are stories of, some sections of women at Man United. I'm not sure if these are true. And obviously there will be there even staff who will not want to see Greenwood back. But wouldn't you rather, okay, try bringing him back for footballing reasons and see what happens after that? If it's completely unbearable for him, it will be seen. Make a decision, let him go. But I feel like people do not even want to give the boy a chance. And for me, I cannot sit here and pretend that I'll keep quiet about that. I think that is evil, that is wrong, that is hypocrisy. This boy was making all of us happy a few months ago, just over a year ago, when he was scoring goals for fun. To many, he was seen as the future. People were praising him the way we are praising Kobe Maino now. But just because he made a mistake for which he was forgiven by the girlfriend, acquitted by the laws, the girl's family forgave him, people are still invested in crushing this boy. Do you want a public apology to satisfy your ego? Maybe he can give, but let the boy play football. That's what he's born to do. You can see it. It comes off naturally for him. If you don't want him to play at United for whichever reason, which I don't, then don't go on spreading false propaganda that apparently even Barcelona fans, because there are reports suggesting Barcelona are interested, Barcelona fans are saying we will stop supporting Barcelona because of Greenwood. How are Getafe fans not stopping support to support Getafe when he's dancing and dilly-dallying around guys on the right wing? They are the ones cheering him. They are in Spain. I mean, there seems to be a certain, and I fail to understand why. I don't want to say the things I'm imagining in my head. I don't want to utter out the reasons I'm imagining in my head, because again, but guys, let's not crush the career of this boy. He was our own. We groomed him. If he's badly behaved, discipline him as a child. He's our child. You don't disown a child when they make a mistake. Unless they keep making the same mistake, the same grave mistake. I don't get it. I don't get why people do not forgive, why people, and there is a narrative suggesting that I think it's the best for him if he doesn't return. Why? We've not tried to see him back. Because if it's for footballing reasons that we loaned him at Getafe, and according to Sergeant Ratcliffe and reports we are getting, they are saying actually they're not willing to rush to let him go. If it's for footballing reasons, for crying out loud, try him. He's good enough. He has warranted a return. Let him come back, and if he can't play, it will be seen. Let him go. But anyway, so Getafe are saying they can pay £40 million for him. Imagine a player like Greenwood, £40 million when we paid £85 million for Anthony. Of course, now if you want to get rid of him, obviously you will take any money that comes. But my thinking is, let's wait until the end of the season. At the very worst, the ideal would be bring him back in Jan. But at the very worst, wait until the end of the season, because I heard somewhere that apparently Sergeant Ratcliffe feels he has got to play enough more football for them to make a proper assessment on whether he should return or not. I don't know what more football he has to play to prove to anyone or Jim Ratcliffe and co. and Jean-Claude Blow or Sir Dave Brailsford. That name just, whenever I get to Braille, I just start almost biting my tongue. But that's Sir Dave. So I don't know what more football Greenwood has got to play to convince who that he's fit enough to play ahead of Anthony at Manchester United. But whatever that is, guys, let's not spread this hate speech on a 22-year-old former academy graduate, someone we should be celebrating. He made a mistake. Maybe we are we are bad parents, but now we are being evil parents. It's one thing to be a bad parent. It's another thing to be an evil parent. An evil parent is the parent who will disown their child when they commit their first mistake. A bad parent is one who fails to groom their child to make sure they don't make certain mistakes. But when the child makes a mistake, unless this is something they keep doing and doing, it's understandable. But what is happening is Man United are disowning their own child at the first mistake he has made, yet everyone else has forgiven them. That's not being a bad parent. That's being an evil parent. And perhaps it could be part of the reasons why they say karma. I don't know whether that's karma as well. Karma is a bitch, and perhaps that's part of the reasons why we are struggling the way we are. Because you don't treat your own child like this. You should be the first ones to embrace them and say, you know what, you made a mistake. You are forgiven. It's good enough. You've been acquitted. It's good enough. We forgive. It's okay. It's not okay what you did, but if he did it, because the video is there, I don't even want to watch the video that much. But he was acquitted. He was forgiven by the same girl. I think they are getting married. They have a child. So teach them. You don't hit a woman. You don't talk like this to a woman. Teach your child. If they do it again, we can listen when you were the first one to disown them. But we are disowning our own child at the first mistake he has made, and the whole world is watching. I think for me, I think the joke is on us. I think it's a thing of pointing one finger at someone, but the most fingers are pointing back at you. I don't think we will be proud years to come of this hypocrisy. That's the honest truth. United Hot Sports. So these clubs are interested in Greenwood. I'm not for selling Greenwood, but of course it's my job to come here and give you all the reports. But guys, stop the hate speech. Stop the harmful propaganda. This boy has already been through enough. This boy has already been through enough. He's only 22. Come on, guys. Be human. Be human.